Hey guys, it is currently Christmas Eve 2019 and all of our presents are currently under a hibiscus bush decorated with lights because my plants have taken over the house at this point, and I think that's pretty neat. I guess the hibiscus bush loses its leaves inside during the winter, and then when we bring it back out, it'll grow again. So that's why it's kind of not so bushy right now. But I have just the lights there, and then we have our things around it. We're all too lazy to put up a tree, but I'm all right with that. So today I'm going to be showing you what I have personally gotten myself for Christmas, I guess, because I think that's just what fish and reptile people do. Maybe that's just what adults do. I'm not an adult. I've gotten things that just happens to be that this is the time of year. So let's just say it's my own present to myself. So I bought this tank not too long ago, 125 gallon that I'll be setting up. Bought it and a stand for $50. Which is absolutely insane. Really good price there. Then I sold the stand for $40. I said 25. The person thought I said 30, but then they gave a tip of 10 because I delivered it. So, which I didn't ask for. I was expecting 25, and then that would be a 25-gallon tank. No, this tank was $10 basically to me, and then I had to kind of make the bracing a little bit better, but that didn't really cost anything. I just used some leftover plexiglass there. And then as you can see within, I have all the wood that I have for future enclosures. That's all that. You can't really see it right now. This, I have all my stuff for reptiles. Not really present. I don't know. I think I got this in November, November. So that wasn't really a Christmas present. None of the stuff is, but I got that recently, really cheap, so always be watching Craigslist and Facebook if you're looking for stuff like that. But inside of here are lights, and these are just normal shop lights. I did a video about the lighting there. They were all $10 a piece, and then the bulbs inside them were $12 a piece, so this whole dealie here was like $62 for lighting. Which is kind of crazy now I think about it. It was more than that. I think it was more like 70 from taxes and whatnot. But there's that. I got that lighting for the new room build that we're doing. A bunch of things are changing, but this is what's really crazy. So here I am in my bathroom. I know that's pretty strange, but my bathroom is not finished. As you can see, we are getting it finished a little bit. I don't know if you guys have I think I've shown it in other videos. I think I showed ripping out the walls just because I figured I should film that because it was kind of fun. But that is our utility room. That's what we call it. So it's kind of annoying that I can see that through there. But we're going to get proper shower walling. Anyway, that's besides the point. You guys are probably going to be in here quite a lot once I get that finished because this is where I'll clean my tanks during the winter and just general cleaning stuff. But as you can see, 10 gallons right there, a tub, and then behind the space heater right here, which we use space heaters. We have oil heating throughout our house, but we don't use it. We make sure it never gets to the temperature that it turns on. We use space heaters, and preferably we use wood heating, just our stove. So preferably because that's in a way free and doesn't cost, it doesn't add to the electric bill like space heaters do. Anyway, sorry to go on about that. 3 more containers here, and I bought these today. Not these containers, but what's inside of them. So these are 6 new crested geckos. Now, I'm only going to be keeping 3 of them, and I'll explain myself as I go on. So these guys will get a proper video of their own. I just want to show them off real quick. Kind of, like I said, a little bit of a Christmas special. That's the idea here. So here is the first one. Again, sorry for the nasty background. I don't like it either. this is an adult female crested gecko. I don't know if it's any morph. I'm assuming not. 8 inches, 1.3 ounces, I do believe. And then this is an adult, or a juvenile or adult male, tailless crested gecko. Again, I don't know if it's any special morph. I assume it's just a normal. And this is one of the 3 that I will be keeping. He's pretty crazy. He's the craziest of all of them. Instead of jumping, he kind of sprints, but I assume that's because he doesn't have a tail. I'll probably be doing research on that a little bit to see if that's like a normal thing, because it's just a theory right now, or my theory, that since they don't have the balance of the tail, then instead of jumping, they kind of just run, because he just kind of runs. But I mean, it makes sense. He doesn't have a tail, so it kind of makes sense that he's kind of skittish. But he's a male. And then in here, in this middle enclosure, I'm gonna make sure he's not on top, this is the only one I've fed because he's actually pretty skinny. There is another male, and I'm not sure exactly where he is, but he's in here for sure. There he is. He's actually under this paper here, and he's pretty big as well. Another male. This is the other one that I'll be keeping. He's very gray. So again, I'm just going to assume that he's a normal crested gecko, but after this, we won't see any more normals. Down here is, right here, a little tiny baby. I'm not going to open it because it is a little tiny baby. Dalmatian crested gecko. Very, 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 very cool. I haven't had any morphs with crested geckos before, so that's pretty interesting. I don't plan on keeping that one. Then I have to open up this one. In here, if I can find her, there is a, right down there. Again, female Dalmatian crested gecko. I don't think she's the one that I'll be keeping, so I won't be keeping her. I also won't be keeping this adult female, and I'll explain why in a second. The one that we haven't opened up is this one right here. This is what I believe is a Dalmatian. I mean, all of these 3 here are Dalmatians for sure. I just know that. But I think this is a Dalmatian pinstripe, actually. So I'm not sure on that. I didn't even know about the pinstripe gene until I just looked it up. But I know, I'm going to set these up here now. For some reason, it's just warmer, like this up here, because heat rises, or cold air goes down, and like it's literally just this level is just really cold right here. So I'm going to put them up here. They should do better. That's the reason I have them in my bathroom, is because I'm not using this space. Obviously, the shower isn't done, but it's another room that has a space heater besides my room. So that's the idea. So here they all are. Very cool. I'll be keeping the female with the 2 morphs because she looks amazing, and I want another female. And then I'll be keeping the 2 males because I've never really seen a male crested gecko before. So the only ones that I've seen are my 2. So I assume, since they were like kind of big in the area down there, that they were probably males. But after seeing these 2 males and somebody else that I know that keeps crested geckos, his male, it's pretty obvious that mine are probably not males. So I'm going to be keeping these 2, raise them up, and breed them to my other Teddy and Darwin, my crested geckos. And I'll be keeping the cool morph one to also breed it to one of these guys. And I want to keep the tailless one because there's benefits to having a tailless crested gecko. I'm not saying that I personally have ever freaked out a lizard to the point that they drop their tail. You know, I just don't have to worry about that because some lizards get more spooked than others. So he's probably one of those lizards that gets more spooked than others. and I don't really have to worry about him dropping his tail. Like Darwin, Teddy, I've never really been worried about it. I have dropped both Darwin and Teddy. By dropped, I mean they jumped off of me, but Teddy, that was like right when I first got him, and Darwin also right when I first got him. I ended up dropping both of them, but they've both been fine, and they've grown a heck of a lot, like a ton since then, so they're fine. It's not like I purposely wasn't paying attention. They just crawled right off me. They're kind of spastic when they're little. So, what's happening to the 3 that I'm not keeping, and why am I not keeping them? So first off, why am I not keeping them? I'm not keeping them because crested geckos they're kind of a little bit time consuming to take care of. They are easily the easiest and best pet lizard, in my opinion, overall. Okay? Never have I ever met a crested gecko that you couldn't handle. Now, I haven't met a whole lot of crested geckos, considering I've only met 8 in my lifetime. But out of these 8, even this bolty dude right here, I've never had an issue with it. Let's change the scenery real quick. Oh, now that just looks a little bit better. Anyway, never have I ever found an unhandleable crested gecko. Now, I've seen some in other people's videos that seem quite crazy, but even still, they're generally not that hard to handle, so that's a plus. The terrariums can look awesome because they don't eat plants. They eat crested gecko diet. Now, while I say that, I also feed them insects, but I hand feed them insects. And that brings me to the only part that I dislike about them, okay? I hand feed my crested geckos. Now, I don't understand how other people don't hand feed their crested geckos. I have never been able to do that. Now, that's probably not a very good thing, but Darwin, my crested gecko, hand feed him everything that he eats. I've left food in the enclosure before. He just never finds it, and I just don't understand. I don't know if it's because I only do bioactive enclosures or what, but it's kind of like a treat to hand feed turtles or iguanas, but not with crested geckos at all. They're just, I don't understand how other people do it. I'm hoping that with these other ones that I can get away with getting them to eat on their own and not have to hand feed them, because it's really time consuming. Like every other night right now, but once they're all adults, then I can do like less than that, like wait a couple days. But every other night I have to sit down with them, either get them out or just find them in their enclosure and hand feed them, and that just it's kind of time consuming. So I don't think I can do that with 8 geckos every other night. I can right now because it's not it's Christmas break, but once it's not Christmas break, that'll be a little bit more of a problem. And that's the reason why I can't keep all 6. Honestly, I didn't want 6. I actually wanted 1. I wanted a female, but now that I know that I already have 2 females, then I need a male, and now I'll have 2 males. So I wanted 2 just because I wasn't. I wanted some options for the females. So when I put them in with each other, they might not like each other necessarily. So I don't know. Like different geckos have different personalities, and some might be more aggressive than others. So I wanted more than just one option, one male to rely on to do that. And then, so that's why I wanted to keep 2 males, and then I want to keep the other one because it has cool morphs. And if I can breed it, then I can have babies with cool morphs, which would be pretty great. And the final question is, who will be getting the other 3 crested geckos? They will be going to another YouTuber, Shelled Reptiles. I met him through Craigslist, and we have been in touch ever since. He breeds eastern box turtles, which is really cool because they're not doing so great in the wild, and he also breeds crested geckos. So he will be buying 3 of them for me for the same price that I paid. I actually we kind of made a deal before I bought them that if I bought them, that he would buy some off of me, because I can't keep 6 crested geckos. Like I just can't. So he'll be getting the adult female, which is good for him because he breeds them. The small Dalmatian female, which is good because he breeds them, and the baby Dalmatian, which is fine for him. That's just another thing. It's not really a whole lot for him to take care of because he already has other baby crested geckos that he can put it with. So this is great for me because I finally have like a colony that I can hopefully breed, and he has more that he can breed as well. And yeah, so the iguana cage the old iguana cage will be turned into a crested gecko cage to fit 3 crested geckos. So now that I'll have 5, that'll be kind of difficult. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet, but I definitely will have space with them when I change around my room. There's no question there. The problem is I was hoping that I would have a little bit of space to play with, but it looks like that won't be the case. So we'll see what I do. Maybe I'll try different enclosures. I will have 2 spare enclosures for them. So everything, I mean, I have everything for them, but like more content to you guys, I like to try out different things. So who knows what I'll do. Maybe I will sell the enclosures that I have now, or I will just use them. So we'll see. It depends. If I breed them, then I mean that's a lot of content right there. So I hope you guys have an absolutely, completely Merry Christmas, and just have a fantastic day. By the way, thank you guys so much. This has been the best Christmas present ever. Getting to 500 subscribers right here about 2 years later after starting this channel. I think that's great, and I'm excited for the next 500. Hopefully, that's what I'm aiming for. That's what I'm striving for. I really want to get to 1,000. Once I get to 1,000, who knows what I'll do? Okay, it just we don't even know yet. Okay, I'm just it's gonna be crazy. I plan on hopefully having better camera quality soon. The Christmas is tomorrow. We'll see how it goes. That should be interesting. Again, Merry Christmas.